smoking? But
3 grams on my wood like a boss. My diamonds they shine with a floss.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Eli, and I'm back with another video. Anyway, guys, I'm very sorry about this video. I wasn't able to get any screenshots, any proof about what 2K17 released, but I just hope y'all actually believe me because I've actually looked this up. But anyway, let's get to it. Anyway, guys, as we all know, the 2K17 controls has changed. Everything is basically the same. The shooting, right stick, everything's the same. Kinda the same. I don't want to say the same, but there's one thing that's caught all our attention, and if you're not aware, I feel like us as a community, a 2K community, should be aware of this. Anyway, let's get to it. So 2K just released the shot bar meter information news. As we all know from previous 2K14, no, I don't think they had it in 14, but 15. If they had it in 14, it was probably 14, 15, and 16. As we all know, they had the previous, when you shoot, it goes, you have to get the line in the middle to get a good release. Like, you have to get, the closer you get, the higher chance you make it. As we all know, in 2K15, green lights was automatic cash. No matter how contested, no matter how far, if there was a green light, it was going in. But 2K16 changed that. Now green lights are not always guaranteed to go in. Even though they may seem like it, but I'm telling you, once in a while you're gonna miss the very important green lights. But 2K17, I don't know if they're still with the 2K16 theory of the missing the green light, or if they're actually gonna let you, actually, like, if you get a green light, they're gonna let you actually make it, regardless of how clamped up you being and stuff like that. And another very, I don't know if I should call this a negative or a growing thing. 2K has changed the shot meter bar. Instead of being in the middle from 2K15 and 16, it's now all the way at the end in 2K17. Basically, if you was to shoot with square, which I don't use, I use analog, but if you was to shoot with square, you will have to hold it all the way to the end of the bar. And if you was to shoot with right stick, you will have to hold it all the way to the bar. But I've got some interesting news that may have twisted our minds. They said now you actually have to aim your shot, which means if you have, hypothetically speaking, if you use the right stick, the pro stick, if you was to hold it completely straight down, that would be a complete aimed perfect shot. Not the timing, but the way the angle the shot is going in, like a straight good perfect shot. Not exactly like if it would mean if you got a green light, but it would mean like your aim is on point, which means you have a higher chance of making a video. But yeah, that's just crazy. I don't want to call it a bad thing, but I don't know if it's, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but I don't want to say it's a good thing, because it can go two ways. Us players kind of are used to like shooting in the middle, because we've trained ourselves from 15, 16, especially if you're a player that's so used to it. And then in 2K17, they're changing it so all the way to the end of the shooting bar, which I don't know if that would be good or not. But another very horrible news. 2K has released that you now have to time your layups. The community, the 2K community, is completely angry in all of this. I don't understand why 2K does this. They're talking about making a better game. Why should we have to time out our layups? Now this game is becoming too much like real life. Like too much real life. Like, come on. Like, so you telling me now, this is all theories, this is not guaranteed facts. Well, the end of the shooting bar and all the other stuff that I was telling you is facts, but what I'm about to tell you is a theory. So you're telling me now, when we shoot a layup or when we driving for a layup, we have to hold the square button or hold analog all the way to the end of the bar to shoot it. I don't know, maybe 2K17 wants that, maybe 2K17 don't want that. I don't know. They haven't released any like actual how it would go, but they just released that you would now have to time out you have to now actually time out your layups. Another important thing, if you watch my NBA 2K17 wishlist, you would now know exactly what I mean by 2K release some. If you watch my other video, if you listen to my NBA 2K17, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yesterday, today actually, I dropped a video about the prelude, basically the get the career game started. You know, that comes on September 9th, which I think is absolutely great so everybody can experience. But the actual game will not, to get the real game, you will have to go on September 9th. I mean September 16th if you pre-ordered. But if you watch that video, you can see that now the height is not the only thing that affects his speed, but the body weight, what I actually asked for. Because I feel like height shouldn't affect your speed. It should be your body weight. Because I know a couple big mans in the league that could run down like a shooting guard or a small forward. Obviously, no one's faster than a point guard, except you're LeBron James. But like, that's a whole different story. And then now, what they do is they have upgradable badges, which I think is pretty dope. So like, when you choose your playstyle, you get badges that support you get badges that support your playstyle, which I think is actually dope. So you can start off with badges instead of grinding for badges to get them in gold, which is pretty dope. But anyways, that's really all. Comment down below, how do y'all feel about the draw bar? I said the draw bar, the shooting and release bar and all of that. I personally am iffy about it. I don't know, it could go. I feel like it is an improvement, but then I'm feeling like it's not, because I have no actual experience and used to it. Hopefully it turns out great. And another thing that is just tearing the 2K community as a whole. Yes, if you watched my last video, I explained how the longer your wingspan is, the horrible you get. I am completely angry at this fact, and I am not the only one. As a YouTuber, as a 2K player, as a real life ball player, I feel like if the longer your wingspan is, the more advantage you should have. If you're like basically a Kevin Durant, if you're a small forward, a sharpshooter with your wingspan maxed out, I feel like shooting in people's face shouldn't be that hard, because one, you already have a height advantage. Two, by the time you're releasing it, your arms are just too long. And three, your rebounding should just be like useful. But obviously that comes with BS, because the taller you are, the slower you get, which I think is complete horrible. Because I don't know what player with long wingspan, with long wingspan is trash. But anyway, guys, that is the end of this video. Comment down below what you think. Do you think 2K17 is going to be great, or is it going to be good, or is it just going to be another flunk? Anyways, like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I have another thing, guys. If you watch my last video, you could see like exactly what I was talking about. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description so y'all can watch my last video that I posted. It was actually great. If you watch this video without watching my last video, you will actually you won't get as lost, but I'm telling you, if you watch my other video, you will be more in depth. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. Peace.
Okay, after the show, I need everybody to meet us here.